Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope your day and your week have been going very well so far. We got a new day, which of course means a new NBA player prop video to share with you guys. But first, as always, people, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. It really does help the channel grow, and it really does mean a ton to us. With a new day, of course, means some new opportunities to go ahead and make some money. We have some more NBA Cup action going on tonight with 2 games on. I believe it's the NBA Cup quarterfinals. And we have a nice little 3-leg parlay to go ahead and celebrate this NBA Cup action. But first, guys, before we go ahead and dive into today's parlay, we have to do a quick little recap of how we did last night, and it was an unfortunate night. A reverse sweep, the worst kind of sweep, 0-3 last night. Emmanuel Quickly, which was our 4th player prop, got voided. He did not play last night, with a couple of really close misses that do hurt. The OG Anunoby one, which as you can tell from a unit displacement point of view, it was my favorite play of the night. I put 1 full unit on that one. He missed it by 1. We got hit on the hook there. He finished with 20 points, rebounds, assists. So a very narrow miss there. Adebayo, 8 rebounds. He got within the vicinity of his cash. That one was a plus money play. We only put half a unit on it, so not as big of a loss, but unfortunate. And then Wendell Carter Jr., I made fun of him yesterday calling him Wendell Carter Reese, and he proved me wrong and had a very solid performance beating Miami, and he had a very good game, and it was a big reason as to why they beat Miami in that game yesterday. So yesterday sucked. There's no way around it. But today is a new day. We have a 3-leg parlay, plus 240 odds right now, so pretty good value on this 3-leg parlay. Let's go ahead and shake off the loss yesterday, bounce back with a big day today with this 3-leg parlay, which, by the way, is coming your way right now. All right, guys, jumping over to the outlier screen, the first leg of our 3-leg parlay, which, by the way, as we typically do for our parlays here, we are using DraftKings for this parlay. We have the first game of the 2 NBA Cup games. We have Suns Thunder, 7:30 p.m. tip-off. I'm going Chet Holmgren here of the Oklahoma City Thunder over 24.5 points plus rebounds, which I'm grabbing for minus 156 over on DraftKings. Now, I am using alternate lines in this parlay. This pick is technically speaking an alternate line, but it's pretty close to what I would normally take for a straight bet. A little bit above what my cap usually is minus 150. It's as far as I'll go for a single bet. It's a little bit over that, but it is technically an alternate line. You'll see some bigger alternate lines with some of the other picks in this parlay. Point being, this is pretty good value for a slight alternate line here on Chet Holmgren. Pretty good data across the board. 65% hit rate on the season for Chet Holmgren. He's averaging 26.6 points plus rebounds per game this season. And even if you go ahead and narrow the data down, it's still not bad. Last 10 games, you see a 60% hit rate, averaging 25.7 points plus rebounds per game over his last 10 games. Even the last 5 games, 4 of his last 5, taking the very narrow view here, 4 of his last 5 games, he's cashed the over. It's, of course, an 80% hit rate, averaging 29 points plus rebounds per game over his last 5 games. And then from a head-to-head perspective, you see each of the last 2 matchups. Again, it's a little bit of a smaller sample size in terms of head-to-head data, but each of his previous 2 matchups against the Phoenix Suns, he cashed the over. And he's averaging 31.5 points plus rebounds per game across those last 2 matchups with Phoenix. Pretty solid performances back on April 9th. He had 22 points and 10 rebounds. And then one of these 2 data points is from this year, not too long ago, just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago actually, on November 28th. Chet had 23 points and 8 rebounds against Phoenix. So some pretty recent head-to-head data to go off of there for Chet. So the head-to-head data is strong. The recent data is solid. The head-to-head data is strong. From a matchup perspective, Phoenix this year versus the center position, 14th in points allowed, 21st in rebounds allowed. From an overall perspective, not bad. If we jump over the dashboard here over on Guy Boston Sports, you can see over the last 7 games, we go ahead and narrow the matchup data down. Not as great, but not bad, honestly. I mean, 17th in points allowed is actually better than their season mark. 17th in rebounds, which is lower than their season mark. But overall, guys, this is a pretty good matchup for Chet. Again, he just did this not too long ago. Good data across the board here. NBA Cup, almost an NBA playoff, NBA Cup game. So you know he's going to probably play some more minutes. It's going to be a more intense, more playoff-style atmosphere. Hopefully, that's the hope of the NBA, is that these games are taken seriously like playoff games. Taking that into assumption, especially this being a quarterfinal game, I expect Chet to play a lot of minutes and be looked to a lot, especially with Hartenstein. I think he's out in this one. Yeah, still out with dealing with that calf strain. He's been out for a little bit now. So I think it's a pretty good spot here to tilt Chet as the first leg of our 3-leg parlay. All right, guys, our other 2 legs for this parlay are coming from the Spurs-Lakers game, which has a 10 p.m. tip-off, the second of the 2 NBA Cup games going on tonight. And so for my second leg of my 2-leg parlay, I have Devin Vassell of the San Antonio Spurs over 14.5 points plus assists, which I'm grabbing for minus 203 over on DraftKings. A little bit more juice on this player prop, but the data is even better than the last one. This is what you get with alternate lines. You get better data, better chances of hitting. I know people sometimes are critical of alternate lines, but when it comes to betting parlays, they're not bad to go ahead and throw in there. 78% hit rate on the season for Vassell, 18 of 23 games. He's cashed the over, averaging 18.13 points plus assists per game overall this season. So good from an overall perspective. If we go ahead and narrow this down to the last 10 games, 8 of his last 10 games, he's cashed the over, averaging 20.6 points plus assists per game over his last 10 games. So you see the numbers, his average actually has increased of late. But if that data doesn't do it for you, the head-to-head numbers are very strong here. Each of his last 5 matchups, so 5 straight matchups against the Los Angeles Lakers, he's cashed this over. It's a 100% hit rate against the Lakers since 2024, November of 2024, over a year ago. He's averaging 20 points plus assists per game across the last 5 matchups. They have played once this year back on November 5th, so only one of these 5 data points is from this season. But in that one data point, he had 15 points and 4 assists back on November 5th. And if you look down below here at the volume of usage, he's averaging about 30 minutes per game. The last time he played about 37 minutes, taking almost 14 shots on average. Last time out, he cashed the over, and he actually didn't even play all that great. 5 for 14 shooting in that game. Could have did a lot better. We also have the insights provided by Outlier, which indicates that Devin Vassell has exceeded 15.5. Remember, we're getting it 1 point / assist smaller, so we're getting at 14.5. Over 15.5 points plus assists in 9 of his last 11 games versus bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed, averaging 18.6 points plus assists per game over his last 11 games for bottom 10 defenses in terms of assists allowed. And obviously, as you can see here, the Lakers 24th in the NBA this season in terms of assists allowed to opposing teams. So really good numbers. Got a lot of good data across the board here on this Devin Vassell prop. Again, we're going to get at 14.5. Looking over here at the matchup now versus small forwards, and again, Devin Vassell in this lineup for San Antonio is listed, although he's technically a guard in this lineup. When you have Fox and Castle on the court, he plays a more of a small forward role. Versus small forwards here, the Lakers 30th in points allowed, 23rd in assists. And if we go ahead and look at the dashboard and narrow this down to the last 7 games for Lakers Spurs, you see here last 7 games, Lakers 25th in points, 28th in assists. So overall data is good, head-to-head data is good, matchup data is good across the board. A very strong player prop here and a very good second leg of our 3-leg parlay. All right, guys, we're about to hit the 8-minute mark in today's video. So if you are still watching at this point, please go ahead and comment 8 down below. As always, guys, we appreciate those who watch through each and every single video here on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us. Between myself, Ev, and Trey, we put a lot of hard work into these videos, so when you do watch through, we really do appreciate it. Also, don't worry if you want to go ahead and tail this parlay easily. If you missed me talking about some legs, or you missed what the lines were or whatever, we're going to offer a link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment for the plays, as well as a way to go ahead and plug it directly into your sportsbook. Stick around to the end of the video, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how that feature works. And then one more thing before we finish off here with our third and final leg in today's parlay, I want to talk to you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Chalkboard. Guys, if you like player props, and obviously if you're watching my video today, I'm sure you do, and you haven't given Chalkboard a chance yet, go ahead and check it out because you're absolutely missing out. And right now, Chalkboard is offering you guys a very special promo offer. Use code GUYBOSTON when you sign up today. By the way, the link will be down below in both the description as well as in the pinned comment to go ahead and download Chalkboard. Download it, sign up, use promo code GUYBOSTON. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100, 100%. So you go ahead and deposit $100. Guess what? You get $100 in bonus bets like that. But they're not stopping there, guys. On top of that, they're also giving this free pick out for new users today. This Luka Doncic over half a points, rebounds, assists player prop. Again, as you can see here, the normal line, 51.5, you're getting it for half. So if he gets one of any of those three statistics, you cash this player prop. It's that easy. It's that simple. So make sure to go ahead and sign up for Chalkboard today. Use promo code GuyBoston one more time. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 and get this free Luka Doncic player prop. Shout out to Chalkboard for sponsoring today's video and being a proud sponsor always of Guy Boston Sports. All right, guys, finishing up here, our third and final player prop in today's video, our final leg of today's parlay. We have DeAndre Ayton of the Los Angeles Lakers over 7.5 rebounds, which I'm grabbing for a -244 over on DraftKings. The most juiced line of this parlay for sure, but the data is pretty damn strong here. As you can see, a 71% hit rate on the season for DeAndre Ayton. He's averaging 8.81 rebounds per game this year. Narrow the data down to the last 10 games. 9 of his last 10 games, he's cashed the over. He's averaging 10.2 rebounds per game over his last 10. Even last 5 games with 100% hit rate, averaging 10.2 rebounds per game over his last 5 games. So really good data across the board here for Ayton. He's averaging 17 rebound chances per game over his last 5 games, about 30 minutes per game on average. So he's playing a healthy amount of minutes. He's getting plenty of opportunities to go ahead and grab boards. The Suns, obviously the team he started with his NBA career with, so it is a bit of a revenge spot, if you will, for DeAndre Ayton here. Excuse me. Got that all mixed up. I meant to say, yeah. I don't know why I got, well, I know why, because the Suns are playing the Thunder. Not a revenge game. Not a revenge game. He's not playing the Suns. That was a mix-up. I apologize. He's playing the San Antonio Spurs, but you know what? It's not a revenge game. It's still a very solid head-to-head matchup. 3 straight matchups against the Spurs. He's cashed the over. It's averaging 9.33 rebounds per game against San Antonio across the last 3 matchups. Again, that's 100% hit rate. They have played once this year on November 5th, and again, he had 10 rebounds in that game. We go look down below here. He played 33 minutes, and he had 22 rebound opportunities. So he actually could have done even more. He only finished with 10 rebounds. He could have had way more. And again, in this spot, we only need him to get 8 rebounds to cash this over. Versus centers this year, the Spurs, I'm getting all mixed up here on my words. Versus the Spurs, I almost said DeAndre Ayton versus the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton versus the Spurs, in terms of the matchup, the Spurs 12th in rebounds allowed, giving up 12.5 rebounds per game on average to the center position. We jump over the dashboard here over on GuyBostonSports.com. You can see San Antonio, we narrow it down the last 7 games, not as good as it has been from an overall season perspective. Now, a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that Wembanyama is not playing. They have Luke Cornett. Shout out Luke Cornett. Luke Cornett has been playing center, holding it down in the place of Wembanyama, but over the last 7 games, Spurs 23rd in rebounds allowed to the center position. So it's a very good matchup spot here. He just did it about a month ago. Had 10 rebounds, and again, had more opportunities. Could have did even more than 10 rebounds. Good head-to-head data, good matchup, good overall numbers for DeAndre Ayton this season. Across the board, a very solid player prop to go ahead and close out today's parlay. All right, guys, so a quick little recap here of our 3-leg parlay. We have from the Suns-Thunder game, we have Chet Holmgren of the Thunder over 24.5 points plus rebounds. From the Lakers-Spurs game, we have DeAndre Ayton of the Lakers over 7.5 rebounds and Devin Vassell of the Spurs over 14.5 points plus assists. You parlay all 3 together over on DraftKings, and you get a parlay of plus 242 odds. So not bad value at all for a nice little 3-leg parlay for this Wednesday NBA Cup action. As I mentioned earlier in the video, guys, we offer this link down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. Now, the pinned comment takes us to the GuyBostonSports.com website, where we have all of our recap screens, as you saw in the beginning of the video, our recap screen. But this link, what it does is it can take you directly to the sportsbook and plug this play, courtesy of Outlier, directly into your sportsbook. So it's very simple. In the description, you're going to see it says link for today's picks, or it's in the pinned comment, either place. You click on the link, it'll take you to this page right here. Okay, now in the GuyBostonSports.com page, you have to scroll down, and it'll say in that page, link for today's picks as well. So an extra step, essentially, if you're using the pinned comment link. In the description, though, there's a link for today's picks. You click that link, it'll take you to this page right here, this recap screen like I just showed you, okay? Click add to bet slip, continue in browser or whatever you're using, your phone, whatever. It plugs the parlay directly into DraftKings, and you see right there, plus 242. Now you go ahead and just put how much you want to put down in your parlay, and it's that easy, it's that simple to go ahead and tail along with the parlay. So make sure to go ahead and check that out, guys. That is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. One more time, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Until tomorrow, we'll be back with another NBA player prop video. I hope you're all winners. Let's go ahead and make some money, baby. Let's go.